Good morning and welcome to NYP. My name is Roscoe and this is your freemium service delivered daily to you at home to help you on your daily pursuit in trying to be excellent at everything you do. Okay? Every day we give you tips and advice on the 6 dimensions in life that NYP have devised, and we help you try and just be a little bit better for yourself and the people around you. Today the dimension that we're concentrating on is career, and this is a really good one because it's trying to find that balance between work and life, okay? So that work-life balance. I'm gonna give you 4 tips that you can implement straight away today to make your work-life balance a little bit better. Let's dive straight into it. Number 1, define what you need. And by that I mean what you need from work and what you need from home life, okay? So once you've decided in your mind what you can get from your work, as in computer time, access to the internet, phone calls, availability, once you define what makes you most effective in your job, get that written down, get that implemented, and then you'll find it easier to transition from your work to your home life balance, okay? So define what you need to be successful in your workspace. Everything else in life, that'll just work itself out. Let's move on to number 2. Number 2 is about defining your routines, and as a result of that, defining your boundaries and knowing when to switch off. Okay, so by having early morning routines, you'll get into a healthy space where you can start the day in a productive manner, and then you can just move on through the day being productive. And then you know at the end of the day when work finishes, you switch off and you go home. So you need to start with boundaries, and then you need to start with routines. Okay, so routines will get you into a space where you are in a good place to be productive at work, and your boundaries will become part of your everyday routine. So I turn my emails on at this time, I turn them off at this time. I turn my phone on at this time, I turn it off at this time, okay? And then that sets the routines and standards and boundaries for the people you work with. They know that Ross is only available between this time. He only answers emails at this time. He only answers his phone at this time, okay? And it makes you more productive with the time you have in between. So go and be productive and start with routines and boundaries. Let's dive in with number 3. Number 3 is linked closely to number 2. It's knowing when to say no and to turn off, okay? So when to say no to work and to say no to the stuff that's going to draw you away from that work-life balance. You don't want to be in the office thinking about being at the beach with your family, but you don't want to be at the beach with your family thinking about the office, okay? So you need to know when to say no. If there's something that's going to take over a priority, so it's a family occasion or something that you've got to really attend to, you've got to stick to that, okay? So say no to the work commitment. I know it might feel that you're sort of upsetting what's going on at work, but they need to know the boundaries. They also need to know when they can contact you. We live in a technology now, we live in an era now where technology makes us available 24/7, okay? So emails are always being answered. The problem is, as soon as you respond to an email straight away on your phone, it lets the other person know that you're available 24/7. France have just taken a massive big step towards this, and that's saying that it is now illegal in France for employees to be emailed by their employer outside of working hours. So they're not allowed to email them in the evening or the weekends, and I think that's fantastic. So you need to know when to turn off your email, when to turn off your phone, and when to say no, because otherwise there'll be no balance between home life and work life. Say no and turn it all off. Number 4 transitions nicely away from number 3, and that is use technology to your advantage, okay? So use it to your advantage. Now I have a process that I set up saying that I will only check my emails between 9 and 10 in the morning, and then again between 3 and 4 in the afternoon, okay? Or a variation of those hours. So I'll check them once in the morning and once again in the afternoon. It's the same for my phone calls. If I don't answer the phone, I will check my voicemail at the end of the day. And this is something I'm going to start implementing today, because I called a guy yesterday and his voicemail said, I check my voicemail at the end of every day at 5 o'clock and I will respond to you then. And that was a great way to make sure you're productive and you make a better use of your time. With regards to when you're at home, turn your phone off. Tech ban. No phones at the table, no phones in the bedroom, no phones around your kids, okay? Just make sure that you're turning off and giving your full dedication to the task at hand.